Hey guys, Palsteron here, and today I'll talk about my day 3 update for the Kinetic Fusillade Paladin. So yesterday I finally completed my last idle slot with Maven. She has some extra mechanics in the last phase, so if you're not sure if you can do her, maybe wait a little bit. It was quite a bit of fun. I've personally never played through these gauntlets, softcore player through and through, but I've been really enjoying it, and I've actually been able to do it deathless. Which is because the build ended up being quite safe. We have 65-65 block, especially the spell block came in very clutch at some of these bosses. I've also have obviously the 100% spell suppress. I will say that I did not know how broken this build is on Uber Elder. Uber Elder was a complete joke, and the reason for that is that the projectiles chain between Shaper and Elder whenever they're even close together. Don't get me wrong, the bosses, once they enrage, are completely outrageous, and in the last phase, I think I died like 2 or 3 times, but I'm just saying damage-wise, yeah, it felt like I dealt double, triple damage, obviously. Now, in order to do all these bosses, I will show you my gear and everything I've upgraded since yesterday. All right, so let's jump into this. My build is still very rudimentary, as you will see. I'm currently saving up for other stuff, as we've discussed before the league. This is very much a league start package to unlock everything, and then you kind of move on. I will do a tier 17 today. Now, if you don't know how to do a tier at this point, I probably don't need it, but Scarab Bisection makes your first tier 17 to unlock your Scarab slot a lot easier, so that can help quite a bit. But okay, so we already talked about the wand last time around, but this time I want to go a little bit more into defenses because I've now actually shored them up a little bit. I have a decent 6-link now. This is a little bit of armor, a little bit of evasion. It's nothing crazy, but you would be surprised what a little bit of armor and evasion can actually accomplish. In the implicit, I have 6% block, and this gets me up to 65% now. I got the 6% block. I used to be at 49%, and if you remember, attack block converts into 2% spell block. So attack block is what you want to get in the implicit right here. Otherwise, you can also get it in the prefix and get Fizz taken as in the implicit. And then the last block you can fill out with these. These cost like 80C right now, so only use them when necessary. I actually did this after Maven, but I would highly recommend, guess what? Get your 65 spell block before Maven. Really good idea in hindsight. With that said, otherwise, I haven't changed my wand. I have really only changed a few things. So the first one is Rain of Splinters. This one is quite expensive, which currently sits at, if you ignore the roll, 8, 9, 10, 12 divines. I would highly recommend getting one as soon as possible. Plus 2 projectiles is obviously OP. You can also get a Dying Sun. The problem with Dying Sun is it's never up on bosses, so does that matter for a build that's mostly there to unlock bosses? You decide. The second thing I did was actually get a decent Watcher's Eye. Now, you would be surprised how many decent Watcher's Eyes you can snipe. So if you look at how many auras we have, remember that Elemental Relic gives us Anger, Wrath, and Hatred. These are also eligible for Watcher's Eyes. So you have that plus all the auras we're already naturally running, and all of a sudden the pool of aura mods for Watcher's Eye is pretty wide, and you can sometimes snag a pretty good cheap one. For example, I got this one. So maybe put on like a search and try to snag something good. These two are absolutely huge. Now, other than expensive items, what else did I upgrade? So first, I want to remind everybody, because I get asked every day, get a chance to taunt on hit for this Ascendancy, otherwise it's not really going to work. You can also not go for the Ascendancy and go for a Bloodline. I haven't really done too much with that. You can go for a Spectre if you want to rearrange some of your gems. Otherwise, I did not change much about my gear, as you can see. I do, however, have decent flasks now. So automate your flasks as soon as possible. In the suffixes, you want movement speed, crit chance, chance to avoid being stunned, and then also evasion rating. Now, I did end up going for a diamond flask instead of a granite flask. Believe it or not, I didn't really feel like I needed the defense for what I was farming, because I'm currently still farming tier 16s. I'm farming stuff like blueprints, right? Easy farms. Otherwise, you might want to look a little bit into armor, maybe even revamp the way your current gear is set up. Go for something like adamant, because remember that if you're running molten shell, you want to work against the reduced duration, and guard skills have increased duration is extremely necessary if you want to do that. I personally didn't feel like it was necessary, but it also depends on your playstyle, because I know some people are very rambunctious with totems. Other things I've been asked about totem survivability. In general, that is kind of a thing that just happens, right? That's always the same. You just have to place them more aggressively. You don't want to run reflect maps in general. Now I'm actually level 97. A lot of people are asking, how do you do this? Because they're looking at my POB and they're like, what the hell is going on? You have like 6.6k fizz max hit. Well, once again, the reason, and this is a POB thing, obviously, Heart of Flame does not show up. I will reiterate this again and again. This is basically always up, and it more than doubles my fizz max hit. So that is why it has been an absolute breeze. Obviously, I'm also not doing tier 17s, which this build is just not really made for. So, but that is why. So level 97 with a little bit of XP right now. As for gems, one change I made as well is, since I did get the Anger Crit Multi Watchers, I did swap to Elemental Penetration. Now, if you don't know how to make this gem, you can either buy it from other people, or there's actually a vendor recipe, and that is vendoring a Fire Pin, Cold Pin, Lightning Pin, plus a Replica Bitter Dream, I think. Yeah, Replica Bitter Dream. That's how I made mine. I actually made another one. I just leveled them in my offhand. And Trinity doesn't work on totems, so here we are. It's a very nice way to get pen. You can also anoint Forces of Nature, but since there's a lot of maps with res, which I personally reroll, but yeah, there's a lot of maps still with res because of the random modifiers. It is quite necessary, especially because I went away from LE Weak and went for Sniper's Mark instead because I wanted to press one less button. Oh, also for my second graft right here, I have Overcharge Sinews. Now, I don't know if that is really the best one. Jolt is actually a little bit troll because you take increased damage taken. All I would say is get increased spell damage. That is the biggest one because obviously that is times 1.5 as effective on Kinetic Fusillade as always for wand skills. So that's really what I was looking for. Get a little bit of extra Ancient Womb gifts because I made a lot of money just gambling for stuff. And yeah, a little bit of Crit Strike, Crit Multi. The Sinews I'm not really sure about. Probably go for whatever you can get. Really just think about a high spell damage roll right here. And yeah, the Xofcraft, obviously. But let's talk about why do you die? Other than not having a high level Xofcraft or still having the one from your campaign that's level 16 and has like 1k shield, the other reasons would be that you're not looking at your idols. You're just throwing them in randomly. And that is a problem. So you can look right here through them and it will tell you, for example, Einhar, right? Einhar is super annoying. Besides just giving the map red beasts that are way too tanky for what they give, and then you have to wait there for loot. It is also pretty rippy. Like some of those red maps can be quite rippy. There is chance for Beyond idols. Beyond is ultra rippy this league with the extra map modifiers. And yeah, guess what? A lot of these just have chance to get Beyond in your maps. Yeah, Jun idols, right? Big one boss is surrounded by Tormented Spirits. Man, I've heard a lot of people just brick their bosses to this, so make sure you don't have that. And then also map effect. As you know, map effect makes the map a lot harder. It does not affect the random modifiers, but still. Otherwise, the only thing I can really think of is that you don't have any Chaos Res. As you can see right here, this ring is trash other than Chaos Res. This belt is complete trash on Chaos Res, so I'm actually dedicating a lot of slots towards that. Or that you're just playing wrong, right? You're just shield charging into packs, which happens to me as well. I'm a greedy motherfucker, but still. Okay, if you do no damage, the first thing is you actually need flat damage on your wands. If you look at POV, you'll see that yes, you get a lot of flat damage from your auras right here, from Anger and from Wrath, but while clearing, those are not up 100% of the time. So you still want to be able to kill stuff so you can get your Anger and get your Wrath. So you need that flat damage. You cannot just rely on the auras. This is not like a strength stacker where your wand is just a stat stick, right? You need more than just spell damage. You need as much flat damage as possible. I already talked about that last time around. Crit multi is very strong, and yeah, crit chance, obviously. The second thing is that check your attack speed ratio. Now, if you go to POV, I'll reiterate this again. If you go to calcs, you go Kinetic Fusillade, and over here you will see max effective APS. For example, I will be upgrading my rings next, and I will get some cast speed. So what that means is cast speed gets converted to attack speed, so my attack rate will go up and up and up, and as you can see right here, I can go up to 4.33, and it's not going to be an issue. Do remember that if you, for example, remove Doldrey's tenure, that reduced cast speed now also gets removed. So look at what happens here. For example, I upgrade my gloves. Right? Now I'm 3.81 because I don't have to reduce the cast speed anymore. So now I have to reevaluate, right? I'm still on 4.33, but if I now go for cast speed rings and so on and so on. So just be careful about that. And then quality on gems is a big one. I have all my gems qualityed at this point. greater volleys, like 20% increased damage. Kinetic Fusillade gives 4% more damage per previous projectiles, which is huge, especially once you have Rain of Splinters. Make sure that you have spell damage on your shield. All of these do add up quite a bit. And as always, reminder that Soul of Aberoth upgrade against Searing Exarch, otherwise you're going to get destroyed by Burning Ground, same every league, and then Soul of Lunaris do upgrade everything. It's a very strong Pantheon. As for Farming Strat, I'm currently going for percentage chance to be fully revealed. This got me my first, I don't know, I put another 10-ish divines into the build, and then I also got some divines here. Very solid farm. 15% here, 15% here. The normal blueprints sell for around about 4 to 5 chaos right now. The revealed sells for between 15 and 25 chaos each, so that is quite strong. Other than that, you want to stack as much 1x1s with increased chance to drop blueprints as possible, and you also want to get the extra chance to get a Smuggler's Cache in a map with Smuggler's Caches. And selling blueprints is really comfy. You can throw them all in here, right? Like my tabs are already completely looted. These were full of blueprints yesterday. It is so much nicer than it used to be. And also don't forget that the heist, map mod right here gives you another free Smuggler's Caches. Just so you know though, I will be swapping up my strats basically daily, because whenever I show a strat, everybody starts doing it and then the prices go down. So I'm kind of screwed on that part. But yeah, moving forward, I will be saving up for, I will probably do some more upgrades. So I will be getting a Lethal Pride. I'll probably get a Light of Meaning. So I'll fill my jewels out a little bit. I'm not 100% sure about the cluster jewels yet. I know a lot of people have been talking about Onslaught and whatnot. It's just so many points, and this tree is so goddamn efficient, but we'll have to see. And yeah, I'll just be doing some fun farming strats in tier 16s, maybe some 16.5s, and save some money for an endgame setup. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the build. I will be doing one more update probably towards day 5, day 6. I'm selling a lot of stuff right now, so I gotta go. But either way, see you guys then. And since I still don't have a slogan, see you next time.